Hey, and welcome. We are three families who come together to help each other grow in our faith, family, homesteading, and whatever else life throws our way. Join us on this journey as we sow and grow together.
It's me! Alright, it's chicken butchering day. We're going to show you the setup a little bit, and then we're going to have some footage. No dispatching, because that's not allowed. But anyway, yeah, so here we have our setup. There's our chickens there, there's 20 of them. We're using Joel Salison Chicken Tractor. You should check his videos out. I don't know if it's his videos, I think it's just people that see him and talk about him. And then this is where we're gonna hang them. I would use cones if I could, but I don't have 10 cones, so I don't even have any cones. So we're just gonna hang them, tie their feet up and hang them down, and then just we'll cut them. And then I'm gonna let the blood run into this cut hay, so we have so we can rake it up and then we can put it in the compost. And this is where we'll be doing our evisceration, cleaning. I'm just gonna skin them because we don't have a plucker and it takes forever to pluck, but they're real easy to skin, especially the Cornish cross because they're so young. And then this is gonna be our ice barrel, so we can soak them for a minute in the ice water and kind of draw stuff out. And then this is our drying rack that I just made.
Yeah.
I'll have that in the video too, showing how I made that, and I will probably credit, I got it off a guy on YouTube, so we'll show him some support. Anyway, yeah, that's a quick setup. It was really fast. I have a volleyball net that goes here. See that far post and then this post? I had a volleyball net there, and what I did, I took the net down and I just got my auger. You can use post hole diggers too, and I just put a temporary post in the ground and then just one board that I had laying around, and then just attach this to that and put some legs on. Real quick, real easy. Just a few nails, nothing too crazy. So we're gonna butcher some chickens today. Alright, it is chicken butchering day. We had 20 Cornish cross chickens. They're a great breed. They grow, in 8 weeks they're ready to butcher, which is a very efficient amount of time as far as growing versus feed costs and everything. And we had some that were 5 pounds. We had a couple that were 6 pounds. We had a couple that were 4.5 pounds, but 5 pounds is the average. It was pretty good. I mean, that's a good weight for meat birds. But we started by making drying racks for them. We are making these drying racks so we can put the chickens, after we soak them in ice water, or the ice bath, we'll put them on these caps, and that will be how they dry out. So then we can put them in the freezer bags, and we'll show you the shrink bags we use. You just use hot water, put the chicken in the bag shrinks around it in the hot water, and then you just zip tie them. But we'll show you them here in a little bit. But this is going really well. I like this plan a lot that I got from that guy. That was us piecing this stuff together so we can get ready for the glue up, just to make sure everything is going to go right and everything's lined up. I did it on a flat surface, and then you have to move really quick when this glue dries. Make sure that everything's straight up and down and it looks nice, because you don't want a bunch of crooked stands, you know what I mean. I did not glue the caps on the top because that would be inside the chicken. I don't want the glue to taint any of the meat or come in contact at all. And then if we need to, we can take the caps out, take them off, and really clean them if we need to or whatever. So yeah, it came out pretty well. Everything glued together up nice and it was pretty solid, so we were ready to rumble. The same thing we always use. Everybody's here?
Which knife?
Do you mind doing the first one?
Yeah,
See how you want it done?
I'll do it. So here we're getting the chickens ready for the dispatch. We don't have a bunch of cones, so what we did is we just tied twine around their feet and then hung them on a nail so we could have multiple at once hanging. Then we could dispatch, a bunch of them at one time. And so we just cut their necks like you would with a cone, but they're just hanging. So the dispatching went pretty well. As long as they're upside down, the blood goes to their head, and they get calm, and then we just cut their throat a little bit, slit their throat, and they just bleed out and fall asleep. It's a real short amount of. It's like very humane, no pain. Sharp knife is a humane knife, is what I've always heard, and I agree. We had someone that's not part of our typical family gathering there, and he learned how to butcher a chicken, and he learned all the bagging and all that stuff, so that was really nice for him to be there for that. It's nice to be able to teach a younger person that's, not done something like that to kind of help them move along on their path to, being self-sustainable and like humane butchering practices. And then we butchered them all, and that's where I will hand it over to Cassie about the bagging and such.
Okay, so feet have to go up.
Feet up.
And yeah, I guess that's what it said.
Ready?
Yes.
One drop.
Okay, so then you put the tube up that right here. I have to dunk this in hot water first. I dunk it and hold it under there for a little bit. Are you warm enough? I hope this is warm enough. Okay, we'll try it. Ready? Right.
What are you doing? You're right.
Woo. Is it fine? Does that work? I don't know what I'm doing, guys. It's fine. Okay. So it took us a little while to get the hang of these bags. They were pretty simple, though. You just have to put the chicken inside of the bag after it's been pretty well dried. You put the chicken head down so that you're able to, once it's inside of the bag, you place the straw they provide inside that body cavity. And you want to make sure you don't push it down too far so that it's not up against something, because once you dunk that chicken into the water, the air is going to start coming out of that straw, and you want it to be open on the inside and not pushing up against the side of the chicken. So once the chicken is inside the bag, you place the straw in and you close the zip tie around the straw in the bag, and then you dunk the chicken into the hot water. And we just followed the directions on the packaging that these came with as far as what temperature exactly. There was a temperature range right there on the package. We followed the instructions and we kept a thermometer in the water so that we could make sure that the temperature was just in the right range. Then we waited for just a few seconds as the air released from the bag as the chicken came out of the hot water. After a few seconds, we removed the straw and quickly tightened the zip tie as tight as we could. The directions said to use pliers to do this. I think that would have been a really good idea, because even though we were getting it pretty secure, our fingers were tired by the end of it, and we were teaming up to help each other out. So as soon as that straw came out, we tightened it, and we lined all of the chickens up on the table to see our progress. We really did make this a family event. There were all ages, young to old, helping out with different phases of this project. and we all enjoyed eating the chicken the next week when we were done. And if you were wondering, yes, some of the younger children were even out there for the butchering, and there were some tears. There was some discussion about where our food comes from and the importance of the quality of life that they have, and the understanding that not every meal they eat do they come from such good quality conditions. So we had just some really great discussions with the kids, and it was a very positive experience overall. And then when we were all able to sit and enjoy a meal with our chickens that we raised, butchered, and processed on our own, man, that was so rewarding. And even the kids were able to get a really good understanding, I think, of their food, where it comes from, and the work that went into it. So valuable for us as adults, definitely valuable for our kids, and we are so grateful to be able to have this experience as a family, because eating and enjoying meals together is a family event, and this was too.